Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for this webinar on sales pipeline management. My name is Batmanabhan, and I am a customer success executive on the CRM team. I'm excited to be here with you guys today to show you around on how to construct a sales pipeline for any business process, which is going to help you to close your deals faster. All right. So let's take a look at our agenda today. So we're going to talk about why do you need sales pipeline management, the benefit of using a sales pipeline for any business process, and we're going to talk about a business scenario on and also how to construct a sales pipeline for the same scenario. And I'm just going to walk you through with how to set up a sales pipeline with step-by-step instruction, and we're going to talk about a few frequently asked questions that we came across during the sales pipeline setup process. All right. What is sales pipeline management? A sales pipeline is a visual representation of your sales process that shows where your prospects are in buying cycle, how many open deals you have, how long a particular deal stayed in each stage, and whether if you have a good chance of winning a deal or not. And it's basically a methodology of tracking the progress of deals that your sales team is currently working on and expect to close within a reasonable amount of time. So it ensures that every sales opportunity goes through the defined stages in the sales pipeline. All right, let's take a look at challenges faced by the sales team. Sales team top priority is basically to nurture the leads that has been assigned to them and further convert them as a qualified prospects or customers, and then later they can push them into the sales funnel. However, if the sales reps are not talking with the right decision makers, the deals can get stagnant or even it go for a toss. Great deals suddenly go quiet. A qualified prospect is always a good sign for a closed won deal. However, when the sales team miss analyzing the needs of the customers, even the good deals may go for a toss. Need analysis, a stage, we call it as a need analysis, is pretty much important in any sales pipeline that helps the sales team to analyze and focus on just the customer requirement to get the deals closed won. Sales team needs to make sure that they are analyzing the requirements first rather than simply sending out a proposal for a random solution at the very early stages of a business cycle. Stalled deals. About 85% of the deals in the average pipeline stall. So this could happen even when the sales team focus more on non-revenue generating work, rather focusing on good deals. Lack of clear vision. Taking an ownership for the deals are pretty important for the effective deal closure. Prospects may lose the interest in their buying cycle when multiple sales reps are offering solutions and suggestions at different stages of the sales pipeline. So there needs to be clarity on what needs to be done, why it needs to be done, and how it's supposed to be done. Low sales velocity. So like we mentioned earlier, the prospects may lose the interest in their buying cycle when they are asked with the same questions again and again in the nurturing process. Since the sales reps handle hundreds of leads every day, it is easy to miss out on some of the details during the interaction. And the next time they get in touch with the prospect, they might have forgotten the key points that they have to talk to proceed with the deal stages. A pipeline full of dead wood. Bad data or non-closable deals can wreck your sales pipeline, causing delays, bottlenecks, and leaks. This affects your sales forecast and also causes you to lose good prospects on the way. All right. So here we have a few ways to address the sales challenges. So let's take a look at the ways that's going to help you to address all these challenges and also help you to construct a pipeline. The first one is basically to create a shared definition of a qualified lead in the system and defining your sales strategy and break your pipeline into stages. Prioritize and track good opportunities. Keep track of all the conversations. Automate immediate notifications, customer communications, and follow ups. Analyze, revise, and improve your pipeline and sales strategies. All right, sales pipeline management. Let's take a look at our solution. So, the solution is our sales pipeline management. Sales pipeline management is going to help the sales team to build a constructive sales process by defining appropriate actions in every stages of the pipeline, helping the prospects and customers move through their buying process and reps through the selling process. So this sales pipeline management is also going to educate your sales team on what to do in every stages of your business cycle. Pipeline management capabilities in Zoho CRM. So here we have few of the capabilities for this pipeline management. So lead management to analyze and qualify leads and move them through the sales pipeline. Deal management to prioritize good deals and close them faster. Multiple sales pipeline to incorporate multiple sales processes. Contact and account management to record customer information all in one place. Workflows to streamline communication. Sales forecasting to predict and estimate future sales, pipeline analysis and reporting to review the pipeline performance. So these are a few of the capabilities that we have in pipeline management. Shared definition of a good lead. So why we need to have a shared definition for a good lead? Any lead can be qualified during the nurturing process. The idea is to concentrate more on the leads that has been nurtured already and brought into the pipeline. And this can be due to a various of reasons. They help you understand if your one opportunities belong to a particular region or industry, if your point of contact was a particular role or position, if they came through a particular marketing channel or campaign, etc. So once when you know what sort of leads are converting most often, you can start to build a more generalized definition of a good lead. Lead scoring and reporting. So lead scoring and reporting is going to be one of the effective ways that's going to help us to set a shared definition for a good lead. So Zoho CRM's lead reporting and scoring functionality helps you find such commonalities and rank them to determine which ones are most likely to close and which ones aren't worth spending time on. So now if we take a look at the screen over here, we have like few leads which are shown in the system in the screenshot. And there we can find quite a scores that are assigned to these leads. And all these scores we can set it up in the scoring rule, which we have it in the system. And all these scoring rules will gonna play as a priority here. So let's say, for example, for all the leads, if you're gonna send out emails, like a mass emails, not all the leads gonna be opening up an email. However, the emails which are opened by few leads, which you can consider them as a hot lead or a good lead in the business. So based on an email insight, we can set up a score, and that's gonna help you to filter down the leads that we have in the system, and also that's going to help you to create a good lead in the system there. Prioritizing and tracking. Sales rep need all the relevant information upfront, starting from contact information of the prospects, the decision maker details that they need to follow up with on the deal stages so that they can prioritize the important deals and plan their actions. Deal management and reporting. Deal management will be very helpful in prioritizing and tracking the good opportunities. It provides a clear picture on the likely deals which can be closed in a reasonable amount of time. Deal report shows where each deal stands, the right ones to concentrate on, and set up automate follow-ups. Defining your sales strategy and breaking the pipeline into stages. Breaking your pipeline into smaller stages with predefined actions basically educate the sales team on what to do in every stages of the whole cycle. So now we know that once when you have a defined setup of your sales structure, we can break them into pieces as stages, and every stage which we can configure with the predefined actions that instruct the sales team on what to do. Multiple sales pipeline. So when businesses that involves multiple sales process, we can make use of multiple sales pipeline feature to create multiple pipelines with relevant stages so that the sales team can progress in the right direction. Keeping track of all conversations. Basic record keeping will tell you which stage your lead is at in a pipeline. If you depend on only that information, you might lose them. So keeping a track of history on what happened in every stages will basically educate the sales team to follow up with the prospects with the relevant information of their buying cycle. Contact and account management in CRM. Zoho CRM's contact and account management will help us to keep track of the history on what happened in every stages of the sales cycle with the help of notes and comments added to the record. Tasks followed up and meetings will further give you the insights about your customer. So if you take a look at the screenshot there, we can find there are a couple of social interactions is also involved in this account data management. So the tweets that has been tweeted and the likes that has been done in Facebook pages. So everything can be put together in one single record. Automate immediate notifications and communication. Faster engagement with prospects will increase the likelihood of closing the deals in the CRM system. Automation in CRM system helps you to get in touch with the prospects immediately and also improve the engagement with your prospects. And how these automations can be set with the help of workflows. There are quite a few examples of using a workflow. So let's say, for example, when a lead is created in the CRM system, the first thing which you would like to do is you would like to send them a welcome email or a sort of an acknowledgement email just to tell them, just to show them a thankful for showing an interest with the business. So you can set up a simple email notification whenever a lead is created in the CRM system. Or let's say, for example, if you would like to follow up with the lead in the next couple of days, so we can create a quick task in the CRM system. Every time when a lead is created, a task will be created automatically in the CRM, and that will be assigned to the right sales rep or the record owner who will be notified on following up with the task at the right date and time. And here in the best example that here in the screenshot, we can find a best example of nurturing the lead. So when you send out an email from Zoho CRM, and let's say when the email is not replied for 1 day, so with the certain conditions which is configured over there, we can follow up with the certain actions. We can either send them a follow-up email, or we can do a field update, or we can create a task in the system. Forecast, predict and estimate future sales. Reliable forecasting allows companies to anticipate problems that may arise throughout the sales pipeline. Sales forecasts are an important measurement of any company's growth and success. So factors such as previous sales forecast and revenue, competition, economic conditions, sales team and their performances. So if your company meets consecutive sales forecasts, then you're assured that the company is growing. Forecasts in Zoho CRM provides a real-time insight to tracking sales and helps your organization fine-tune the sales process and monitor the sales pipeline. So you can set the targets based on a specific uh, a region, and you can set the targets for a specific year, month, and also for the specific users. So who'll be working with the right sales team to progress further. Accurate data analysis, sales techniques that work today and may not work tomorrow, reviewing the pipeline and revising the strategies that delivers maximum efficiency and success. Sales analytics. Zoho CRM's pipeline tracking help you to analyze every sales activity and track the numbers at every stages of your sales pipeline. So you can create sales funnels based on the different pipeline that you have, or based on the different deals that you would like to show in the different stages. We can create a sales funnel, and you can also do create a conversion rate, identify where the potentials churn the most, and measure the overall efficiency of your sales process with the help of sales analytics. Alrighty, let's take a look at our use case, and we're going to make use of this use case to set up a pipeline as well in the Zoho CRM system. We're going to take a look at a use case for multiple sales pipeline. So like I said, the businesses which has multiple sales process can make use of a multiple sales pipeline in Zoho CRM. So let's take a look at a networking hardware company that has two different sales process. One is like selling new routers to the customers, and the other one is like providing a technical service for the routers. So for the new routers selling process, so there can be quite a few things. So a sales rep needs to qualify the leads first, and then they got to get them as a contact, and then they have to create an opportunity for the new routers. Now, once when they create a deal or an opportunity for the new routers, they're going to initially start pitching the routers that the customers are looking for. And they're going to make sure their requirements are right and matching with the actual router. And then they're going to set up a quotation. So they're going to send out a proposal or a quotation stage to check if the customer is interested or not. If everything goes well, so which can go to installation and configuration of the router at the customer's location. And then finally, they can close that as a closed won deal. And likewise, a technical service for routers, so which is for the existing customers who are actually in a warranty period, are actually availed with the free support, which is for the 45 days. And once when the 45 days, the complimentary support gets over, so which the sales team can be notified on further following up with the existing customers to pitch paid support for the routers. And also in the cases when the customer decides to buy a new router, or maybe for the out of warranty routers, if the customer would like to buy a new one, so which a sales team can pitch for new routers, which eventually going to bring in a new business into the sales process. And when things goes well, the quotation is going to be sent, and then the deal is going to be a closed one. All right. Now that's a two different sales process, which is for this networking company. And we're going to see how we are going to set up a pipeline for this, how we are going to add these as a stages in Zoho CRM and stuff like that. So we're going to see that in our actual demo session. All right. So let's summarize the responsibilities of a sales manager. So a sales manager need to define a qualified lead, distribute and assign leads to the right sales reps in the system, standardize the sales process, define the stages, actions for each phase of the pipeline, and review the pipeline performance, revise and make improvements. So standardizing the sales process and define actions. So if you would like to have the sales team to do the better nurturing of the process, it is better to create multiple pipelines, or it is better to create a sales pipeline based on the product or geography or a market segments, etc. And then just to make sure the sales team to follow up with the right prospects at the right time, we can have the follow-up tasks created. We can have a simple email triggered to the right sales team whenever a lead is created and sort of stuff like that. Reviewing the pipeline performance. To improve the business, it is always better to review the statistics, and then also it is also a good practice of creating reports and dashboards, and which can be shared with the sales team members. So conversion rate across pipeline stages, conversion rate of leads to customers, length of cycle at each stage of the pipeline. So these are quite a few report analytical dashboards which can be created in CRM, and we can share it among with the other sales team members to review the pipeline performance. All right, let's take a look at our responsibilities of a sales rep. Timely interactions with new leads and customers, track all communications, follow up with deal and notify team when deal moves stages, analyze sales performance. Automate communication and follow-ups. A sales rep basically spends 63.4% of the time on work like emailing colleagues. So there is a much of things that we can make it automated. So let's say when a lead comes in the system, it is not required for the sales team to send out a welcome email manually. So we can set an acknowledgement email with the help of a workflow whenever a new lead comes in. And likewise, if you would like to schedule a follow-up call the very next day when the lead just came in, so we can set up a quick task in the automation to follow up on it. So we can instruct the sales team, maybe in a notification, to send an email to the prospects that they haven't heard from in over a month, to check if they are still interested in doing the business. Track communications. It is always a better practice to have a good contact and account management. Making a quick notes and add tasks and comments after a telephone call or email conversation will be pretty much helpful for a history tracking on what happened in the previous sessions, and record all the interactions with the prospect in one place so that they can plan their next activities to move the deal to the next stage accordingly. Analyze sales performance. So sales rep needs to know where exactly they stand in. So sales rep get their bonuses based on the targets they achieve. So sales rep wants to track the following metrics to understand their performance, like the deals in the pipeline, monthly, quarterly, and yearly targets, and sales forecast for the next month. All right. Now let's take a look at our use case scenario real quick, and then we'll go into the demo. So we're going to take a look at multiple sales pipeline for the deals. A networking company who has a couple of sales process, selling new routers and providing technical service for routers. So the new routers selling process has been differentiated in the different stages over here: pitch routers, proposal, quotation, negotiation, installation, configuration, and then closed one. And the technical service sales process has been breakdown into different stages, as starting from providing the free support for the 45 days, pitch the paid support for the routers, pitch new routers, which are like out of warranty customers, and then quotation sent for the requested service, and then closed one. Now all these are going to be configured inside the deals module in Zoho CRM system. Now let's get into our demo, and let's see how to construct a pipeline and also a multiple pipeline. and we'll see how to set up a bit of an automation to do an effective process. All right. So we need to build a pipeline that clearly defines the different stages in the sales process. So to build the pipeline with the relevant stages, we need to go into the settings to the top right, and under customization, modules and fields. And here we have to click on the deals module and standard. So here you can find quite a few fields, and one of the fields that's going to help us to define the pipeline is the stage field inside the deals module. So I'm going to get into the settings and click on stage probability mapping, and which will bring in the stages that are relevant or that are actually in the deals module. So here you can find quite a few stages like qualification, analysis, value proportion, decision maker, and so on. And all these are default stages, so which you can rename or which you can delete and add your own stages accordingly as per your business needs. And here with this, I have added quite a few the different stages based on our use case scenario, like pitch routers, installation and configuration, complementary support, paid support for routers, pitch new routers for out of warranty customers. So those are quite a few stages that I have added to this stage module. So irrespective of the different sales process that you have in your business, so you need to add all the different stages as options in this stage pick list value. So that's going to be the very first step. And there you can find the probability that basically tells us the chance of winning the deal in the different stages of the pipeline. And forecast type and forecast category, which is going to help us to predict the sales and forecast the relative items in future. All right. Now, once when we have the right options added to the stage pick list field, we can just save the layout and we can go back and we can just click on deals module. So now we got the fields added. So now we would like to have those different stages created in the pipeline. So now to set up a pipeline, we are going to go into the settings again to the top right. And under customization, we are going to click on pipelines. And there I have quite a few pipelines which is already added. So I'm just going to delete one. So let's say, for example, if you would like to delete an existing pipeline, you can just click on this and click on delete. That's going to help us to delete an existing one right away. So if you would like to add your own pipeline for the right sales process with the relevant stages, we can just click on new pipeline and we can set a pipeline name. So that can be something like routers or something like that, and standard, which is layout. And once when we click on the stages, and that will drop down all the stages that we have in the stage pick list field, which is from the deals module. So we need to add the relevant stages in this option. So let's say if this is a router pipeline, so we just need to add pitch routers, and the next one will be is proposal or the price quotation stage, and a negotiation stage, and installation and configuration closed one. So once when we have the relevant stages added to this pipeline, we can just go and save it. Now we can use these pipelines directly from the deals module. Now let's talk about an actual sales process. Now every entry which is coming in from the website or maybe from your web form or maybe from a different sources, so which will be put together as a lead in the CRM system. The sales team would be following up with these leads. They further qualify, nurture, understand if they are a good qualified customer. We are going to convert the leads into the next level, which are called contacts. So contacts in CRM system are basically your potential or qualified customers so which we can start creating a deal, and then we can start doing the revenue pipeline process. And accounts in the system is basically going to hold the contact's company information. For example, when you have a lead created, and if the lead has a company name, and upon the conversion, the lead's information is going to be pushed over as a contact, like the name, email, the phone number, and the other details. And the lead's company name is going to be created as an account. All right. Now, for these contacts or accounts, now to set up a sales funnel or to set up a sales pipeline, we are going to create deals accordingly. Now, let's say, for example, we have a contact already here, which is a potential customer, and I would like to create something like a deal. So which is going to be a pitch routers deal process or new router selling process. So once when we click on the contacts, to the very left, we can find the related list. So here we have quite a deals that are created already. So here I can just go and start creating a deal directly from the contact, which will get associated to it automatically. So I'm just going to click on the plus new deal button, and that just bring me the deal layout page. And there I can add the relevant informations like the deal name, something going to be like the router name or the something like that, and the amount, which is going to be the router price. And here I need to choose the relevant pipeline for this deal. So let's say, for example, if I'm going to be creating a deal which is for the new customer and for the new router business process, I need to make sure to select the pipeline called new routers. That's just going to bring me the relevant stages, which is for the new routers. And likewise, if I'm going to be creating a deal for an existing customer, which is for a technical service kind of a pitch sales process, I need to select the technical service, and that will automatically bring me the relevant stages, which is for the technical service. So here I'm just going to select new routers, and the closing date, which basically tells that the date where the deal can be closed, and the pitch routers is going to be the initial stage, and then we can click on save. Now a deal is actually created and automatically get associated to the record. Now when we click on the deal, the AC 2400 that we created, now you can see the different stages of your sales funnel. So pitch routers is going to be the first stage, price quotation, negotiation, installation and configuration, and closed one. So sales team can toggle between the different stages if required. So they can go from pitch routers to installation configuration straight away, or they can go with step by step like proposal, quote, negotiation, and then closed one. So now in every stages, the sales rep, they're going to make a progress with the prospect. They're gonna pitch in, they're gonna understand, they're gonna make it closed one. Now to have like a good contact management, just to make sure to follow up with the prospect and add the notes and stuff like that, we can make use of activities in the CRM. Now for leads, contacts and accounts and deals module, you will find an activities which is in the related list, and that just going to help the sales team or the owner of the record to be reminded on following up with the activity at the right date and time. So let's see, we will create like a quick task and let's see how this works. For example, if you would like to have a follow-up with this deal, maybe in the next due date, couple of days, we can just click on plus task and we can set up a subject called follow-up. And the due date is going to be like in the next couple of days. And the owner, the one who creates a task will be the owner themselves. And apart from that, we can set up reminders. So which the owner of the task will be reminded based on an email alert or a pop-up or both. A simple task which is basically going to help the sales team to remind them on following up with the right prospect on the right time. So once when we have a task created, so we can just click on the task, and there we can find all the relevant information of the task and to the deal that is created for, and also the contact information. So now when the sales team are in actual conversation with the customer, they can just go and add the notes. Something like that. And then they can just click on save. And once when the task is done, we can just go and close it and mark as completed. Now, when we go back to the deal, so you can find the task which was an open activity earlier. Now it was followed up and it was completed, which brought down to closed activity. And the notes which were added in the task is also automatically associated to the notes section inside the deal. So this one will be one of the good ways and a good practice on following up with the customers inside a deal or inside a contact with the help of an activity. And all these notes is going to be pretty much helpful in doing a history tracking on what happened in every stages of your business process. All right. Now let's take a look at how the deals can be viewed effectively. Now we have the different pipelines that are in, like a sales pipe, which is like a router pipeline, technical service pipeline, and we have quite a few pipelines which is already there. Now you would like to know what are all the different deals that are connected in the different stages of the relevant pipeline. So when I just click on the deals, you'll be bring into the view called list view, so which you can find the list of records created inside the deals module. And there we can also find something called Kanban view. So this Kanban view will provide an option to find the deals that are in the different stages. So at the very top, you can find the deals with the stages name selected, like qualification, need analysis, value proposition, and then it goes on. So you can find literally every stages of the deal pipeline, of the deals basically. Now let's say you would like to know the deals which are created for a specific pipeline, maybe like a router pipeline. So we can just click on the little drop down there and we can click on new routers, and that will bring in the stages that are relevant to the new router pipeline, right? So that's a Kanban view in the deals module, which is going to give us a pretty much things on what to see at the very first place. Alrighty. Now let's talk a little bit about automation. So now in every stages of the deal pipeline, we need to set some predefined actions, maybe a quick follow-up task to educate the sales team on follow-up with the prospect at the right date and time. So which we can set the whole entire process with the help of an automation. To set up an automation, so we need to go into the settings to the top right. Now here in the settings, under automation, you can find workflow rules. And here we can create a rule for every other module. So every rule that is created over here are module specific. So here I have quite a modules, workflows created for the deals already. So let's go ahead and create a rule for the deal. And let's say this is for maybe installation and the configuration stage. So I would like to create a workflow when the deal reaches the stage called installation and configuration. There should be an automatic task created against the deal. So now your workflow will get started with the when condition on a record action. So you can set it up for creation of a record or editing a record or while updating a record. So this is something based on a specific field update. So I'm just going to choose the field update and repeat the workflow whenever a deal is edited, which is for the field called stage. And here to the condition, we can select the relevant stage, which is stage is installation and configuration. And for these stages, once when the deal is progressed, once when the sales reps select the stage called installation and configuration, a task will be created automatically to follow up on the prospect again to make the transaction done so that they can close it as a closed one deal. So I'm just going to create a task with the subject name follow up to close the deal. It's going to be the subject name, and the due date is going to be trigger date plus 2 days, or created time plus 2 days, and assigned to by default. So this is a one user CRM system. So which will be the only one will be assigned assigned as a owner for the tasks. And here you'll find the notify and the remind the assignees, so which is to notify this assignee over here with an email or a pop-up notification. So we can set all the relevant actions for this task, and we can save and associate. And once when your deal is good to go, so we can just go and click on save. Now the workflow has been saved. Now let's just go to a deal, like a random deal, and we'll just click on a deal over here. All right. So now this deal is something which is related to the pipeline called technical service. All right. Now let's filter out the deal which is for which belongs to the pipeline, which is router pipeline. So to filter out, I'm just going to make use of an advanced filter, which is to the left. Pipeline is routers. Apply filter. We don't have one here. Pipeline is new routers. Perfect. There you go. Now this specific deal, which is called new business. So now this has been progressed already with negotiation review. So I'm just going to click on installation and configuration. That just got updated from the negotiation to the installation configuration stage. And now when you look at the timeline, you can find a task has been created against this deal in the name called follow up to close the deal. So let me refresh the screen. All right, there you go. Now you can find a task created automatically and with a due date of 2 days. And this task owner will be notified on the due date or before the due date based on the settings that is done in the workflow. And he can follow up on the task, add the notes, and progress the deal to closed one. And that's a sort of an automation that we can set. So this is simply based on a specific deal stage. We can set these workflow for a lot of actions like an email notification, updating a specific field from one module to another module, and we can add tags, remove tags, and we can do a lot more. All right. Now let's take a look at forecasting. So to enable the forecasting module, so you'll find a module in CRM, which is called forecast. So you can click on this little 3 dots, and then there you can find a module forecast over there. So here's something. The forecast has been set for 2020 September. So there was a target which is set for $20,000, but we have a good progress already. So which achieved two deals has been two deals has been closed with a 8,000. It's kind of like 8,071, and which is a 40.4% achieved. And four other deals are in the pipeline. And likewise, you can create a target, you can create a different forecast from the scratch. So you can click on the forecast button to the top right, and which will help you to select the year and the month that you want to set. So this is already done. Let's go for the April. And here you can set for the April 2021, I would like to set up a target of $40,000. And here you can set the target for a specific role and also for the specific user. Now that's the forecasting module that we have in the CRM. And once that is set, when the deals are in the pipeline, so you would be able to forecast what is the target and what are the deals that has been closed won, which are in the achieved section, and the number of deals that are in the pipeline and the pipeline shortage. All right. Now to find a bit more on analytics, just to get a graphical representation, sort of stuff like that, we can create reports and we can plot like a funnel, reports, or a graphical representation like a pie diagrams, stuff like that, with the help of a reports module. So let's go ahead and create a report from the scratch. We're going to go to the reports. We're going to click on create report, and that's just going to help us to create a report for any module. So it can be for the leads, or it can be for the contacts, deals, any module. So let's say I would like to create a report for the deals. Continue. And here you can choose the report type. So if you would like to have like a simpler report, you can go for a tabular report over there. And summary report is going to give you a summarized data, and matrix report is going to give us a grid layout to summarize your data. So now I would like to know the deals which are created for the new router pipeline, and I would like to group it in the stages. So I can choose a summary report for that. Now I'm just going to hit continue. And now to the available column section and to the selected columns, you can add the relevant columns that you would like to pull in the report, like closing date, deal name, and let's say, for example, the pipeline that it belongs to. So all the relevant information that you can just simply add it to the selected column section. And in the groupings, I can choose like a deal stage is going to be the relevant information that I would like to group it. And now we can hit continue. And standard filter is going to help me to filter out the report based on a specific period of a time. Let's say if you would like to get a report of deals which is created for the fiscal quarter, or maybe for the fiscal year. So you can make use of a standard filters to do the job. So you can find current and previous fiscal year, previous fiscal quarter, current fiscal quarter, and many more. And in the advanced filter section, which basically going to help us to filter the deals based on a specific pipeline option. Let's say I would like to filter out the deals which is created for the pipeline called new routers. So once when you have the advanced filter with the relevant options section done, we can just click on continue. And with the basic information, we can choose to which folder that you would like to put this report. Is that to the existing folders that we have already? Or you can also create a brand new folder from the scratch and you can add it to the report. And you can add the report to the folder. I'm just going to put this to the deals reports, and we'll just add a name to this report. And let's run. There you go. Now we have the deals which are created for the pipeline, new router pipeline. So those are the only deals which are shown up over here with the right criteria and with the right filter that we have used. Now all these relevant details which are summarized in this way. So now in the proposal stage we have 1, and in the closed one we got 2, and the pitch routers we got 2, and in the installation and configuration we have 2 deals. A total of 7 records, and these are the splits and which are provided in a summarized way. Now this report, which we can plot it as a funnel diagram or a pie chart or a graphical representation. So to make a funnel diagram out of the report, we just need to save it, and then we can find the button called create chart to the very top right, and that's going to help you to choose the relevant chart. Could be the pie or a funnel. We can choose the relevant one, and the x-axis or the y-axis will be default set, and then you can click on save, and there you go. Now we got the funnels created. Now all these funnels which will have the right summarized information. So when you just hover the mouse over the stage installation and configuration, you can find the 2 deals that are in. And in the pitch routers, we got 2, closed one, we have 2, proposal price, we have 1. And that's how you can create your funnels with the help of a report. And apart from that, you can make use of analytics inside the CRM system to create funnels like this as per your business needs. You can create your own dashboard from the scratch, and you can bring out the funnel based on the stages or based on the pipeline, and which we can add all these later in our home screen to view things as in a bird's eye point of view. So once when you go to the home screen, you can find a bird's eye view of what's happening in your entire business process. So you can bring in the funnels together as a different components. And here you can find the open tasks which the sales team needs to follow up on the day-to-day activities, and the deals that are created by revenue, close the deals that are closing the month, the number of leads which are created, and many more. And in the report section, you can create your own report from the scratch with the help of the create report button. And apart from that, you can also find some default reports that you can just click on it to access it. So let's say you would like to know how many leads are converted or how many leads created from different sources. So you can find lead reports, and there are something like leads by source. That talks about the different leads which are created from different sources, basically. All right. And now that's quite a few information on reports, analytics, and our homepage. All right, so let's go ahead and check a few frequently asked questions. So is it possible to set a default pipeline for the deals? Yes, it is possible by selecting the option set as default for the relevant pipeline created in Zoho CRM. So this set as default option is available in the pipeline section. So let me just quickly walk you through there. So when we go to the settings and under the customization, you can find pipelines. And there you can find the different pipelines which are added already. The one with the green check basically tells that that is a default pipeline. So let's say, for example, if you want to set the new router, you can click on the little 3 ellipse and you can click as set as default. Now that's good to go. Now, while creating a deal from the scratch, every time when a deal is created, the new routers is going to be default one selected for this deals module. All right, is it possible to maintain the same stage names in multiple sales pipeline? Yes, we can add the same stages in the multiple pipeline. So a better example would be as a closed won, closed lost to competition. So which are something like relevant stages that can be added in all the pipelines. So we can maintain or we can add the same stages in multiple pipelines. Can I import my deals to a particular pipeline created in Zoho CRM? Yes, it is possible. To import the deals, we have to prepare a deal file with maintaining a column called pipeline in the file and update it with exact name of the pipeline created in Zoho CRM. Can I create a sales funnel report or multiple sales pipeline? Yes, we can create a report with selecting the relevant pipeline in the advanced filters to create the sales funnel metrics. Is it possible to view the relevant pipeline deals in Kanban view? Yes, you can choose the relevant pipeline from the drop-down or pick list available in the Kanban view to find the right deals. Questions? So if you have any questions regarding the pipeline management in Zoho CRM, or if you would like to discuss any business requirements with us, please feel free to write to us at support@zohocrm.com. We'll be happy to help you out. And thank you so much. Thanks for your time and patience throughout this webinar. And take care. Stay safe.